it is time to dive into the race previews for this weekend. Oops, opened the wrong file, but I can make this work. All right, we're going to be going on Friday. Starting off, this will be race number 6, 1:40 Eastern, 10:40 Pacific. That'll be AM for the Pacific side of things. It is the Grade 2 Alysheba Stakes, $750,000. That's a very good price tag for a Grade 2. That'll be the purse. We are going 1 mile and 16 on the dirt. So 2 turns here. Raider Jim, I'm going to give you first crack at the Grade 2 Alysheba.
Yeah, as we go through the races that we're going to talk about and who our favorites are and why, and the ifs and whatnots, and we talk about some of the morning line odds, keep in mind this: there is supposed to be some rain both Friday and Saturday. Cool temperatures going to be in the 60s, mid 60s to low 60s, and then there's a chance of rain throughout the day. So takes that dirt track, makes it a little less manageable for some horses. We're going to start, though, as you said, with the Alysheba Stakes, named after the 1987 Derby winner who came back to Churchill Downs in 1988 to win the Breeders' Cup Classic. Great horse. Alysheba was definitely is in the Hall of Fame, and rightly so. The favorite in this one is Fierceness. Right now at 6-5, Todd Pletcher's the trainer. John R. Velasquez is the jockey. Now, Fierceness, has had my concern with Fierceness, long layoff. And I don't know how that's going to play for Fierceness. I almost tend to lean towards the second favorite, which is Locked at 2-1. Also a Todd Pletcher horse. Either way, this guy's going to be in the money. Jose Ortiz is going to be riding that one. Just came off a win at the winner's circle at the Santa Anita Handicap. Has had the winner's circle, won the Cigar Mile, which is a Grade 2 back in December, and placed in the Pegasus just a couple months ago. So I think I like definitely Fierceness, but I like Locked a little more. There's somebody else out here, though, and I got to flip my page so I can get a good look at that. After that, I do like the 5-horse Most Wanted. Also like the 3-horse Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame a little inconsistent, but Most Wanted definitely, I think, is a horse that can be a contender, make a race out of this, especially, again, keep in mind with the weather and what the rain might do to the track.
Yeah, this is a really small field compared to what we're going to be talking about, obviously, compared to the Derby. But even for that, we only have 6 runners, and with all due respect to the 1 and 6 horse, I kind of feel like those 2 horses and their connections are maybe just purse hunting here, trying to maybe find themselves into a 3rd place finish. And hey, that's a, 50, 70, maybe $100,000 payday. But yeah, take the 1 and 6 out of it. And then I think the meat of this is going to be between 2 and 5, which you kind of hit on. I kind of had it the same way. I think Locked and Fierceness, I think a lot of the money is going to be going to Fierceness. Also because, look, I don't want to, Derby weekend, I don't know what the correct term is for this, but there's a lot of, for sake of a better word, there's a lot of stupid money that goes out there. The money that comes in from people who don't know the difference between a 1 and 2 horse race or 2-turn race is going to be astronomical. You don't really see a whole lot of the Breeders' Cup get a lot of the not so big fans actually putting money here. And I really do think this weekend you do see that name value start to blow up. And I think Fierceness is a name value for a lot of people who go to Churchill and maybe don't follow horse racing outside of these 2 days that we're talking about. And they go, why do I remember that name? Well, more than likely you lost money on Fierceness last year in the Derby when finished well off the 24.5 lengths off the lead as the favorite. Fierceness had a great summer, obviously worked hard, but 2 lengths off of Sierra Leone in the Breeders' Cup Classic. As you mentioned, that long layoff, last time we've seen that race or that horse run. And Locked on the other side. You talk about the Santa Anita Handicap. That is a 8.5 length win in a Santa Anita over Express Train as well, who is a very, very good West Coast horse. I do wonder if a lot of that money goes to Fierceness. We get a little of that East Coast bias. I think Lock maybe opens up. If you can get locked at 4-1, I think you're going to feel real good about that. We will, a lot of money will need to come towards Fierceness or either Hall of Fame and Most Wanted. I gave a slight edge, like you, to Most Wanted. The Hall of Fame has had some really, really good runs, but I mean, it started in optional claiming, then went to a grade 3 and then to a grade 2. Only won 2 of those 3 races. Last time out, ran very well, but still 3 lengths off of the lead despite putting up a best buyer of 106. I think you're really splitting hairs between Fierceness and Locked. You're probably just going to want to look for value. And then underneath, again, I think you're splitting hairs with Hall of Fame and Most Wanted. Again, not a ton of opportunities here. If you are big on This Is Uskar or Katona, this is a great opportunity because both of those horses are 30 and 20-1 respectively. Not going to make it onto my card here, but I think it's going to come down to Fierceness and Locked, and I'm excited to see how this does kind of end up when it's all said and done. A 2-turn race with only 6 horses. It's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. But again, I think this is Fierceness's race to lose. But we'll see if Locked can sneak in to that winner's circle as well.